Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. So today I'm going to be talking about a couple things that you should know before you purchase the Ikamper Skycamp. These are some of the things I couldn't find online, but from a first-hand experience and having owned this for about a year now, I want to go ahead and show you guys that so that you guys will have all your questions answered. All right guys, so the first thing that I'm going to show you is basically if you have a Gobi ladder or something similar and you want to know if it's going to hit your tent. Well, the easy answer is yes. It will hit your tent, but you just need to go ahead and reposition your rooftop tent a little bit forward so that it avoids hitting the top. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I'm talking about. I'm gonna go ahead and open the hatch. I've got a bunch of stuff, excuse me. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna show you is how the ladder sits right there. And there's a tiny gap between the ladder and the rooftop tent. So originally when I had it positioned, when I opened the trunk up, it would slightly, ever so slightly hit that rooftop tent. So I went ahead and made some adjustments. I moved it up and now it opens without any problems. Next thing I want to talk about is pretty much washing your vehicle afterwards. Pretty much it's going to be very, very difficult to wash underneath. I just got a car wash today. The car is clean, but on the rooftop area, as you can see, it is a little bit dirty. I have a wrap on this, so that's why I wanted to wrap this before I put the tent on there, because I knew I wouldn't be able to get underneath there. So to answer any of your questions in regards to how you wash your top roof, you just can't. You can wipe it down as much as you can. You can bring a cloth and wipe underneath, but your hands can only go so far. The next question I get often is pretty much your sunroof. People want to know how it looks with the rooftop tent on. That's pretty much how it looks. You don't get much of a view. If you see those blemishes, that's because I left the plastic protection on the Ikamper. If I've known, I would probably have peeled everything so that I wouldn't leave that look to it, but hey, you know, it's just a little bit of an aesthetic look. No one's gonna really see it except myself. And I also had to use the sunroof to access the locks. Now the Gobi Rack that I have has a 40-inch cutout for the light bar here, which I have not gotten yet. Pretty much without the light bar right here and the wind just going through, it is loud. It is really loud on the freeways. I think eventually I'm gonna have to get a light bar to reduce some of that noise that travels between. And last thing I want to talk about is the weight. This is 160 pounds. It takes 2 to 3 people to lift it up. And when you have this on a vehicle, you definitely feel the height and the weight that's added to your vehicle. When it's really windy, you're gonna feel your car move a little bit against the wind. So those are some of the things that you have to worry about. Also, another thing is parking in structures. So when you get a rooftop tent, say goodbye to parking in your structure. And if your car is even lifted, some of the garages won't even be able to house your vehicle anymore. So those are some of the sacrifices I make when I keep my rooftop tent on the vehicle year round. But overall, since I'm a heavy camper, it's definitely worth it for me. If you guys have any other questions in regards to the Ikamper, the rooftop tent, the Gobi Rack, or the way it's set up, let me know and I'll be sure to answer for you guys. I know a lot of you guys have some questions here and there. It's an expensive item and you want to make sure that your questions are answered before you purchase it. So I hope this video helps you guys. Make sure you guys hit subscribe and tune in for the next video.